Hello guys, this is Avcoor. I want to talk about summon damage. We often talk about summons as one of the key linchpins in a strategy, and they are, but it's how you view them, right? So every summon, if you max out these nodes, if you max out all of this, if you max out Hellfire, you're going to have a 96 node clear, and you're going to have charge speed 4% and potency 40%. You get that. You're always supposed to farm the summon trials, and you're always supposed to max out the stats on your summon on your tree. But when you go beyond that, the question is, how do I increase my damage? I see a lot of people do damage, a lot of damage in co-op. How can I achieve that same damage? Well, there's a couple of ways that I'm going to show you. First of all, let's be honest, it starts with stats. Let's go into party. Let's go into solo party. So let's look at Cloud for a second. So let's look at the free. Let's look at Hellfire. Let's see what it really says. Okay, first of all, keep all of this in mind as we go through the video about what I'm going to say. Deals 200 and 2,275% physical and magical fire damage to all enemies. Alright, so you got that? You deal 2,275% physical and magical fire damage to all enemies. So let's go back to Cloud. So first of all, why does a summon do so much damage? Okay, it's based on both of your stats. Both of your stats determine the overall damage of your summon. So starting out, how does a will do more damage even though you in that will have 96 nodes clear? Well, simply put, they have higher stats. Their stats are so high that the amount of damage their summon will do will always be higher than yours. If they have wheeled out weapons, if they have wheeled out sub weapons, if they have 4-star materia all across the board, even 5-star materia, in the right costume, they're going to do more damage than you just based on raw stats. Because going back here, it's 2,200 and it's 2,275 physical magical fire damage. It's based on both stats, both of the current physical and magical attack stats that you have as a character. So don't feel bad when you see it will outdo you on damage. It's just the way it is. So how do I, as a free-to-play player, compensate for this? Because, I want to do a little damage. I like recording myself, doing my reels. We do it on Facebook all the time. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you're going to pay for a game, you might as well have memories of you killing stuff. So, I'm here to help with that. First of all, let's talk about how you can do that. So, I have Cloud here. So, let's look at his material. There's a little cheat trick that you can do that will allow you to do a lot of damage. It's not, it's obvious what it is, but we have to talk about it. Use your breaches. If you combine your fire breach with your summon, you'll do a lot of damage. It amazes me how much damage I do with fire breach against Shiva. It's pretty incredible. So the first tip and the first thing you need to understand is debuffs help. And the first debuff you need to look at is fire breach. Fire breach is a way in order for you to deal damage with your free. Lightning breach is a way for you to deal damage with Ramu, and so on and so on. So that's your first step. Your second step is to buff your attack. If you buff your magic attack or your physical attack, you'll notice that you actually do more damage with your summon. So you can buff yourself. You can do that. The easier route is just to debuff the enemy that you're attacking. So if you have Cloud use armor break on the boss and you defense break 3 times, you will do considerably more damage. Because once again, your summon hits for physical and magical fire damage. That means if you debuff the character on either side, your damage will scale higher. So you can fire breach him, you can lightning breach him, or you can ice breach him, and you can debuff stats. And you will see your overall damage actually increase. And you can buff your attack, and you'll also see that your damage will increase. So, is there any other ways, Avcoor? Is there any other ways that I can increase my damage? There sure is. First of all, let's switch Cloud's summon, because this is his proper summon. Why do I say that? Why do I say that Ramuh is his proper summon? Well, let's look at Cloud's costume. So, Levin Blade Arcanum actually increases lightning ability damage plus 35%. This will affect your summon. It's already been tested. Your aura abilities, your elemental potencies will affect your summon. Like Red Cloud's weapon, it increases his lightning potency by 24 points. And this nets him in the 3-bin, right? This will increase the damage with your summon. So if you have lightning and you have Ramuh and you have potency on it, you'll notice that Cloud's Ramuh will deal more damage than any other person's Ramuh because he simply has gear and weapons that increases his lightning potency. And you can increase it further by increasing his lightning potency. Excuse me. So on raw paper, if you want to increase the damage that you deal with your summon, you can increase it by potency, you can debuff the opponent, you can breach them, you can raise your stats, and you can chain your attacks in order to increase the damage. Just keep that in mind when you use these abilities, that there are ways to increase the power of your summon, and you'll see your summons carry you through a lot of content that you wouldn't be able to. Try these strategies on Shiva, and you'll see that they work. They are super effective. But with that, my time is done. If you like my content, hit the like, share, subscribe button. I'll get back to you. You have a great day, and goodbye.